All right, welcome back to AutoCAD problem 34. And this is the outcome of the drawing. So let me go ahead and turn on some dimensions so you can see, but well, you can see all of this basically are circles. So we're going to go ahead and start from the outside in. I think that would be easier. That's how I do it. Here are the dimensions that you can look at. All right, so we're going to start with the outer circle, which is 149.2. The next one on the inside is 89.1, and we can go ahead and see that we have some angles here. So we got 60-degree, and then we got 60-degree here. So we know that the quadrant of a circle is 90 degrees. So this is 60. So the left over here, this right here, this little, if I am to draw a line segment here, this little angle is to there. That is 30 degree because 30 plus 60 is equal 90. So yeah, we can figure it out as we go, right? And as you can see up here, that's 30 and that's 60 for that section. So halfway from here up, divide that in half. So that's 30, 30, and then you got 30. So that's 90. All right, so let's start drawing some problems. So first, I'm going to go ahead and go to my construction layer here, construct a circle of diameter 149.2. So I'm going to hit D, enter for diameter, 149.2, enter. All right, so that is what I have. Hit enter again to recall the problem. Go on the edge, the center show up. The next circle will be, again, D for diameter, and that is 89.1, enter. So I got that. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab my center line real quick. I'm going to take this, I'm going to track to the center, go to the edge. I'm going to go all the way to the right. Hit escape. For some reason, my construction line did not register the center line. I'm going to just have to do it by hand. All right, there we are. And then I also going to do my my center line this way. Okay. I have no idea what's going on here with my center line. All right. Could be the glitch, could be something going on, not sure. All right. All right, there we are. So we got those. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do this circle on the inside here. And that circle is of diameter 20. Okay. So change you into that first. Diameter of 20 or radius of 10. Okay. All right, we got that. That's done. That's good. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to look at some of this this cut out right here. So we mentioned that this is 60. So at that end right there, we got 60-degree right there. So I'm going to go ahead and go into my center line. Click on this. Click on the center of that. So make sure that show up the red one. Then I want this from here all the way up here is 90 degree. We got 0 right now. We track. You can see the number, the degree. I'm going to hit the tab key so you can see the one in blue right now. It's getting bigger and bigger until 90. All right, we only want 30 here. So we're going to go past that a little bit and we just put in 30. Hit enter. All right, so the angle now, if I measure that real quick so you can see, is the angle there is 30 degree, and then this angle is 60 degree. You see where my crosshair is, right? 30 degree, 60 degrees. All right, so that gonna help me build some things. I'm gonna go first using my mirror options. I'm gonna click on this object, hit enter, and then I'll click this point, and then I'll mirror that to the left there. Oh, let's do that again. I hit something. Click this, hit enter, go to my center point, and then I'll mirror it, and I say no to erase. All right, so now that I have that, the next thing I'll do, I'm just gonna go ahead and trim out this little section here, as well as this. All right, and you will see what I'm doing. Now I'm done. I'm gonna go ahead and click on this too, and I'll change it back to my construction segment. So now you can see now it's turned white. All right. I can also go ahead because I noticed that there's only 4 fillet corners. So usually I wait for the fillet to do it last, but to show you guys the problem, the diameter of that fillet is 10. So I'm going to go ahead to view fillet, first line, and then they ask me for radius. Well, if diameter is 10, radius is 5, enter. And then that's the second one. Hit enter to recall it. Bam, bam, hit enter again. Here we are, filleting it, hit enter again. When you hit enter, it's recall the last command. All right, the next thing is we see this circle here. This circle, this arc is of diameter 113.6. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna go into my construction, take that, go to the center here, the red little crosshair there. Hit D, enter, 113.6, enter, escape. Then we can now trim out the section that we don't want to see. All right, good. The next thing we're going to take a look at is this circle right here. I'm going to zoom in real quick. You know what? Let's do this right here. I'm going to zoom in real quick. If you can see this little construction line that I just clicked blue, and that little arc there, it has a diameter of 62.1. The intersection of those two will give you the center for the circles that you see here. Okay, and those circles are 9 and 22.4 in diameter. So we first have to create a 62.1. So we're gonna go to my center line. We are in there. We're gonna go right here. We're gonna go to that, and we want diameter, enter, 62.1, enter. Okay, this actually is supposed to be in my center lines. Okay, the center of that will help me construct my circles. That is 9 and 22.4. So I'm going to do diameter, enter, 9, enter again, diameter, enter, 22.4. Okay, so that right there. Also, you can see I have a circle right here that is 14.2. The intersection of this circle and this construction line is the center of that circle. So also I'm going to go back to here on my construction. Oops. Well, this one's supposed to be the center line. All right, hit escape. Now I can go back to my circle, and I need to make sure that I'm in my in my drawing, and I'll do my circle of diameter that is 14.2 or radius of 7.1. Okay. All right, so we're done with that. Then we can go ahead and trim, or I don't think we need that circle anymore. So we're gonna go ahead and trim this for the sake that you guys can see them. If I do this problem for myself, I don't need to do all this trimming. Okay. So when that is done, we're gonna have to go into this little section here. And if I zoom in, you can see that I have this construction line and this construction arc. All right, that arc is of 54.7 diameter. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. And then this construction line here is basically the angle of 30 degree, right? You can see that 60 here, so 30 down here, 30 up there. That's how you got the 60. So taking this, we're gonna go make sure that we are in center line. Go right here. I'm gonna do right here is 0. I track up. So I hit the tab key. I want to make sure that it's 30. Hit escape. All right. And then now I'm gonna go to circle. This right here. I'm gonna do a diameter of 54.7. Okay. The intersection of that will be the center for my circle that is 14.2. So right there, diameter 14.2. Okay, hit escape. And then now I can go ahead and trim again one last time. I think I'm done with all the arc. Just zoom in so you can erase delete it. Okay, so I'll leave that there. All right, so now that I have that, let's see what else I need on this. Okay, I got this little thing here, and that is 15 width. So this is the same. All right, so I can see that I have something here that is 30 degree, right? That's 30 degrees going through that center of the 15 there. So from here up, I want another 30. So I'm gonna go here to the center. I know that the 0, so 30 plus 30 is 60, right? So I'm gonna go and turn on my center line. I'm gonna do an angle that is 60 degree. So tab key, 60, enter, escape. All right, what I'm going to do now is I'm gonna make sure that I got something. So I'm gonna use my offset here, and the distance that is half of 15. So I'm gonna go ahead and put in 7.5, enter, and I'm gonna go to the right. That one went to the left, that's fine, and I'm gonna go to the right as well. All right, so I'm gonna go left and right, or up and down in this case, and then I'm done with that. I'm gonna go ahead and click on this. I don't need this anymore. I'll get rid of it, and then I'm gonna go ahead and click on this too, and I'm gonna go ahead and change it to the construction so it's white. All right, so that, and then what do I do here? I'm gonna go and take a look here. There is a connection between those. How much is this measurement here? So let me go ahead and do a quick measure here. I think I forgot to take that dimension out. So 56.8, 56.8. I'm gonna go ahead and take a look of that. There, yeah, so the dimension that I forgot to take out from this problem, which is supposed to be there. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab it for you real quick, is this dimension here. But it's not the radius, it's the diameter that is 113.6 for that one, right? So I'm gonna grab that and I'm gonna drop it right there for you to see. Okay, so that 113.6 is that little arc there. So now that I have this right here, I'm gonna go and to my center line. I'm gonna draw this circle here, hit D for diameter, 113 point, I'm sorry, 119.1. Okay, hit escape. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and trim this one. The reason why I did it in the construction layer is so that we can see what it is. And I'll just click this and delete it. All right, now I can just go here, click here, and I'll change it to the construction line. Then I can go ahead and trim out what I need to trim. Let's trim this and that, and this and that, and here. Hit escape. Now I can click on that segment, that little segment, that little segment, and delete them all at the same time. All right. So now that is done. Oops. Did I do it? Yeah, I did. Okay. I think the measurement are correct. Okay. So what I'm gonna do next, I will go ahead and mirror this to my left. So I'm gonna go to mirror, and then I'll select the part that I need to mirror, hit enter, and then I'll mirror it about the center of the problem. So I'm gonna go down so that I can snap onto that. Hit no, and then I'll go to trim. I'm gonna go ahead and trim this so that you are looking at that problem. And I believe at this point there's nothing else to draw, right? Yeah, so if that is done, the only thing that we need to do from here is go into the hatch. All right, when I open the hatch, where's my screen? It's right here. And I'm gonna go ahead and select the pattern that you can use. I believe I use this one, and then you're just gonna go ahead and hatch your so that basically how you color your things there. um, I don't know with the transparency, that's fine. Pattern, I'm gonna do it by layer, but it's on that wrong layer. I'm gonna go ahead and close hatch. I need to go back to this layer here, then I can do the hatch. Okay, do this right here to make it look the same. So hit escape here. I'm gonna get rid of this real quick. I think this is interfering with my little hatch. Okay, by layer, and I'll do that. Okay, and the transparency, you can change it so you can see it's more white, less white, and you can change different things. I don't know, let me see if that, yep. But you can play around with it, and you can see that is how you do that. Hatchings here, again, you can play around with that to select different patterns. You can do colors, you can do solid. I'm gonna go back to patterns, and then you can select colors, or you can change things, so you can change the angles. So this problem is done. The only thing that's missing here is for you to go back into your dimension and start taking out the dimension of this problems. All right, enjoy.